Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Kristi. In today's video, I'm just gonna chat with you a little bit and also try to do a what I eat in a day video. I don't really do a whole lot of those, and a lot of times when I do, I forget to film some of the stuff that I'm having, so I can't tell you how many times I have attempted a what I eat in a day, and then I get to the end of the day and thought, oh my gosh, the only thing I filmed was my breakfast. So I'm gonna try. So far, so good, because it is actually, today is Friday, it's November 12th, and it is 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So I've already filmed my breakfast, lunch, and my snack. Now I'm sitting down. I figured I would have a chat with you. So I mentioned when I did my assessment video that I would follow up with another video. So today's Friday. I've been doing the new WW personal points plan since Monday, and I have to say, I was a little bit skeptical going into it, but so far so good. I'm still really kind of trying to wrap my arms around it. I will let you know that since the assessment, I have taken the assessment again. So as of right now, I'm at 24 points a day. If you watched me do my assessment, I think it came out to 21. I think it was 21 a day. And I picked potatoes and oatmeal for my 0-point foods. And they also gave me vegetable and fruit. I went back in and told it that I have fruit some days, not most days. The reason I did that is just because for me, personally for me, for health reasons, I do have to be careful of the amount of fruit that I eat. So a lot of you know I have ulcerative colitis. So sometimes raw fruits, raw vegetables are definitely out of the question. I always have to cook those. Right now I'm tolerating fruits okay, but it can become a problem for me. So I thought that rather than have unlimited amounts of fruit on there, I would just take those off and just say that some days I have them and see what happens. And what happened is it took the fruit off. By me saying some days, it took the fruit off of my 0 points. So I now count my fruit, and that's totally fine. I had bananas a couple days in the beginning of the week, and then I haven't had any fruit in the last couple days. So I'm getting 24 points a day. And I am absolutely loving the water being on our app and the veggies. So at first I thought, I don't like the idea of getting rewarded with points for eating healthy foods, because for me personally, I love vegetables and I've never had any problem with vegetables. With that being said, I am now finding that I'm adding more vegetables than I would have before. So it's like breakfast, for example. I love having vegetables with my breakfast, but sometimes I just, honestly, laziness, and I just don't feel like making them. So like the days that I'm teleworking, I've been making zucchini and squash on the stove just with a little bit of olive oil, and I'm having a lot more. I'm finding that I'm actually having a lot more vegetables than I already was having, which I think is a great thing. One thing that I really wish the app would show is the veggies. So I don't know if you can, let me see if I can get that to focus in. There we go, maybe, possibly. Okay, so you see where it says veggies, 0 servings? I just don't like that when I look at it, I'm like, yay, I've already got 6 cups of water, but guess what? I don't have any servings of vegetables. When in fact I do. You can see that I've gotten 4 points back. That's for the vegetables. So the reason for that is because I track my veggies. So let me go in here. Okay, so I track my vegetables. So I've got my, I think that says zucchini or squash or something. Yes, that's my uncooked zucchini. I've got my squash down there. So you get the gist. So I track it in the tracker. So when you track it in the tracker, it doesn't automatically appear in that line that says veggies. It will appear up where it says points added, but that's it. So that spot that says veggies, that's above the water, make sure that if you're tracking your vegetables, you're not hitting that plus sign and double tracking your vegetables. That right there is only for if you don't track your vegetables. So just keep that in mind. If you're already tracking it, you can't use that plus sign in addition to tracking it. So that's the only thing that I didn't like. I wish that when I do track it, it would pop up and tell me, hey, you've had 3 servings of veggies. So that there can be a little bit confusing. So let's just say right now I'm gonna sit and have some carrots, and I'm not gonna track them. I'm gonna hit that plus sign, and it's going to tell me I've had 1 serving of vegetables and 5 points added. And I just feel like it should tell me that I've had all 5 servings of vegetables. So that part I don't really care for on the app. So that one bothers me. So if you're getting a gazillion points back from veggies, just double check and watch how many points you are having added. So if you know you've had 6 servings of vegetables during the day and your thing says you have 12 points added for vegetables, you're getting double for your vegetables. So keep that in mind. So if you're not familiar with the 3 ways that you can earn 1 point for getting your 60 ounces of water in each day. You can earn 1 point for each 1 cup of non-starchy vegetables, and that is unlimited. So if you eat 10 cups of non-starchy vegetables, you're gonna get 10 points added back. And then the activity. You move more, you're gonna earn more in the points. Now, the veggies and the water, the points you earn from those are going on your dailies, and then your activity is gonna go in your weeklies. And you can still roll over 4 points. So if one day, if you're, let's say for me, I have 24 points, let's say I only eat 20, then those will roll over. So as of right now, I'm actually enjoying the app. There's so many things that you can do in there, but my biggest thing that I would say to do is if you have something that you have the same thing every single day, and it's like your normal breakfast or your coffee. Let's say in your coffee, you're putting creamer, sugar, you got your regular coffee, whatever you're putting in it. You can create a meal out of that and just call it my coffee. And then that way, every day, all you have to do is look up my coffee and just pop it in there. So just lots of things you can do with the app. So let me know in the comments if there's anything that you would like to see from the app, things that I could show you. I do have an old video on how to build a recipe in the recipe builder. So I'll link that video down below. From what I could see, it is similar to that video I have out there. So I'm gonna kind of take a look at that video and just see if maybe I need to do an update to it. But I think you'll get the gist of it by watching that video. So a lot of you saw the other day, I posted how I was gonna share my recipes, and it seems like a lot of other vloggers, bloggers are gonna be sharing recipes the same way, which is so exciting to me. I feel like probably it just clicked in our heads all at once. Mine came to me when I was laying there one night and I'm like, wait a minute, I used to share these recipes with my daughter because it was really bothering me that how am I gonna share the points? You know, I enjoy sharing the points with you. So for me, it's just easier for me to just share a link that will link you to my WW recipe builder or my recipe for each thing. And then you can find out, as long as you're logged in, you can find out what it is. So what I'm doing is I'm updating all the recipes on my website. Like I said, this is not my job. I have a full-time job. So keep in mind that it's taken me a little bit of time. I was hoping I could get it done. I had yesterday and today off and I was hoping that I could get it done. But if you can probably hear from my voice, I've been a little bit sick. Nothing bad, it's just kind of allergy stuff. Whenever the weather changes here in Florida, I always go through this. The weather changes and we change our clocks and then I end up a little bit sick. So I just listened to my body and kind of rested a little bit. So I haven't gotten as much done on my website as I was planning to do. So just keep that in mind. All those recipes will be updated. What I'm doing is when you go to my website, you see each individual recipe, like it has a little box. If you see ones that no longer show the blue, purple, and green on that box, those are the ones I've updated. So then when you go into the recipe in the nutritional value section, it'll say something like, to find your personal points, click here, and then you're gonna click there and it's gonna bring you to the Weight Watchers app. And that's gonna show you my recipe and it's gonna show you your points because you're gonna be logged in. You can go in and edit the recipe. So let's just say that you want to track it. You can track it right from there. It's going to pop it up. You're going to hit track. It's going to track it right from there. So let's just say that there's something you want to take out of it. So in my Big Mac salad, you don't want to put the coleslaw. You don't want to put the coleslaw lettuce. You can just edit that recipe and remove the coleslaw. That's all you have to do. Now, I was testing it out though, and it appears that if you're doing it on the web, on the computer, it will let you edit but not save for some reason. If you do it on the app, it will let you save it. It'll let you edit and save. So I don't know if that's a glitch on the web or if that's just one of those things, you can clearly see that WW is trying to push everybody to the app. So now what I'm gonna do is take you back to this morning when I was doing my breakfast. I'll show you what I have for my breakfast, my lunch, my afternoon snack, and then I'm gonna show you what we're doing for dinner, which honestly, I don't even know yet. I did not meal plan this week because I just was so focused on the new plan that I really haven't done a whole lot of meal planning, so I need to get back to that. So for breakfast this morning, I am going to just pan sear a zucchini and squash. I'm just gonna put a teaspoon of olive oil in the pan and pan sear those. I'm gonna fry up 2 eggs that I'm just gonna use cooking spray for, and then I'm gonna have some avocado toast. I'll use 35 grams of avocado on 1 slice of this 40-calorie bread. I'm also having coffee, and I have 1 cup here. I'll end up having 2 cups. I have 2 packets of Great Value no-calorie sweetener in there, and I'm gonna add in some Coffee Mate. This is French vanilla, sugar-free Coffee Mate. So for this, you can have it changed. It used to be I could have like 84 grams for 2 points. Now you can only have 68 grams for 2 points. So I'm gonna put 34 grams in each cup. And I'm just gonna leave it at 33 because otherwise if I pour any more, I'll end up going over. So now I'm adding my food to my journal. I actually have this breakfast saved as a meal. I call it my teleworking breakfast. So I'll just go through and just make sure I am having everything that's in there. So summer squash, I'm actually having squash and zucchini. 1 slice of the bread, the coffee creamer, avocado, 2 eggs, coffee, and 1 teaspoon of olive oil. So I'm good there. So I've got that all tracked. I want to make sure I put my water in because I've already had 4 cups of water, and I've already had 4.6 thousand steps. So we're off to a good start. So now my toast is done. I'm just going to add a little bit of spray butter, and I want to just show you how much 35 grams of avocado actually is. So let me zero that out. So I've got my avocado. This is actually, I don't know if you'd consider this a small or medium. So I'm trying to hold my camera and do this at the same time. So let me just scoop this out and I'll show you what it has in it. So we're gonna actually put all that on there and see what it is. So look at that. I can have 35 grams for 1 point. This is why I did not pick avocado. All right, 34. So there is my avocado toast. Yum. So for me, this is actually 4-point breakfast counting the olive oil. It's 1 point for the bread, 1 point for the avocado, 2 points for the olive oil, 0 for my vegetables, but I gained back 2 points. So technically, the way I look at it is a 2-point breakfast. So that is my breakfast. For lunch today, I am having some homemade minestrone soup that actually has some ground turkey breast in it. I feel like the color on my camera is off right now. Hopefully you can see this all right. But this is just loaded with a bunch of different vegetables. So I don't actually have this recipe out there anywhere yet. I am working on a recipe though to show how to make this. So it's actually thickened up. I actually made this yesterday and it's really thick now. It's almost like a stew. So I think I probably could add some more vegetable broth to this. But this is going to be my lunch. This is 5 points and 272 calories. I think I forgot to tell you, for those of you counting calories, how much my breakfast was. So with my 2 cups of coffee and everything that I ate, it was 350 calories for the whole breakfast, coffee and the breakfast. All right, everyone, I'm horrible with these, what I eat in a day. I don't do them very often, so I forget sometimes. So I actually just had a snack, and I really wasn't hungry, honestly, but this hummus is absolutely amazing. This is everything hummus, and it is so good. So I ended up having 2 tablespoons of that for 2 points, and then I had a serving, an ounce of these pretzel crisps, which are 4 points. So everything pretzel crisps and everything hummus. So let me know if you've tried this hummus. If you're not a fan of the everything flavor, then you're not gonna like it. But let me know in the comments what is your favorite hummus, because I actually just started liking it. I tried it once a while ago and I was not a fan, but I'm loving it. Even my husband is loving it. So for this, it's 2 points for 2 tablespoons, or if you're counting calories, 2 tablespoons is 60 calories. And then for these, like I said, 4 points or 110 calories. All right, so we are at, I have 11 points left for the day. So dinner and anything I have tonight for snack, I have 11 points, but I will more than likely earn additional points with dinner because of vegetables. And I still have 53 weeklies left. So here's the way that I've been doing it. When I gain for the water and the vegetables, I eat those. I have been eating those. So I've had 6 cups of water so far today. So when I have another bottle of water, I'll get my extra point for my water. And I had my 6 points for breakfast, 5 for lunch, 6 for my snack, and then dinner. I don't have dinner yet. So I'm at 7.1 thousand steps. And I was looking at my activity. I did my run this morning, and it's actually, I do like a run and a walk all in one. I do between 20 and 30 minutes. So this morning I did 25 minutes. Well, because when I was doing the walk, I was raising my knees up while I was walking, it thinks that I did an elliptical because I was getting my heart rate going, and just the motion, I guess, that I was using, it thinks I did an elliptical. So that's pretty much how my Fitbit breaks it down. So it says I had 3,798 regular steps, 1,537 in a run, and 1,849 on an elliptical. So I have earned 6 points in weeklies. Okay, dinner time. So I never took anything out for dinner, so I'm gonna make these frozen chicken breast tenderloins. So these are frozen, and whenever you don't take something out and you need to do something quick, you can just take frozen chicken tenderloins, put them in your Instant Pot. So I just take my insert, put a cup of water in there, dump these in there, and then I put it on high pressure for 9 minutes, and then let it naturally release for 6, and that's it. You can either shred them, or sometimes I'll take them out a little bit before, like maybe after they rest for maybe 4 minutes, and put some type of topping on them and put them in the oven or in the air fryer. So I'm thinking that's what I'm gonna do today. I think I'm gonna use either the garlic Parmesan topping or maybe the basil Parmesan topping that I normally use for my salmon, and put that on there. Haven't decided yet. And then we're gonna have potatoes, so I wanted to have some French fries with it. I was craving fries tonight, but potatoes are 0 for me, so it's better for me to do my own fries, so that's what I'm doing. So I'm actually using my little zucchini slicer, my spiralizer. I've got 2 different kinds of potatoes. I've got these ones, and then I've got these. So I think I kind of like these ones better, because they're like, they remind me of the curly fries at Arby's. This over here, I don't know if you can see this pile, is 1 potato. It's an 8-ounce potato. So when you use the spiralizer like that, that really makes a lot. So if your potatoes are 0, I highly recommend making your own fries. What I'm gonna do is just put them in this bag with some everything bagel seasoning and a little bit of olive oil, and just kind of mix them all up. So I'm gonna put about a tablespoon of olive oil in there just because I have so much in there. I'm thinking that this is really gonna be enough for 4. So probably what I'll do is just count like 1 point for the olive oil. Then I'm gonna take the everything bagel seasoning and just pour some of that in there. And just shake them up. So this is pretty much what I do when I don't meal prep. A lot of times you all see what I'm making because I meal prep on Sundays and have 3 dinners, but today's Friday. So Fridays I don't have prepped. So then the other thing we're gonna have, I'm just gonna cut up some of these cucumbers, and we're gonna have some of this garden French dressing on it. This, you can have 2 tablespoons for 1 point. If you're counting calories, these are 45 calories. So these I'm just gonna pop in the oven, 425 for, they're probably gonna take close to a half an hour. So I'll come back when dinner is done. Okay, so here's what it looks like done. So I counted 6 ounces of chicken, and then I went ahead and did the whole 8 ounces of potato and the cucumber. So I have about a cup of cucumber plus the 2 tablespoons of the dressing. So for the whole dinner, for me, it's 4 points. 1 point for the dressing, 0 for the chicken, 1 for the olive oil, 1 for the Parmesan, 1 for the light mayo. That's the combination for the topping for the chicken. And then 0 for the potato and 0 for the cucumber, and I earned back a point from the cucumber. And then the calories on it were right about 450 calories. So that's a pretty good dinner for only 4 points for me. Okay, so I'm gonna have some cheese. I'm gonna have this full fat Cabot extra sharp cheese. This cheese is now 5 points for 1 ounce. So right here, this is 1 ounce of the cheese. It is 110 calories. So I was actually gonna have a snack pack sugar-free pudding, but I decided I'm gonna have cheese instead. And I did notice these went up. They used to be 2 points and now they're 3. So this is all I'm going to be having for the rest of the night. So let me get my phone and show you what I ended up with for points and also for calories. All right, before I show you points and calories, let me show you what I did. I actually already ate a little bit of the cheese. So I ate 1/4 ounce of it. So this is what I do though. I cut it into real small pieces. That way I just feel like I'm eating a little bit more than that chunk. All right, so let me show you what I ended up with. Right now it is about 8 o'clock, 7:58. So it's very possible that I might have a pudding later, but I'm not gonna pop back on to let you know if I did or not. So if I have the pudding, it's gonna leave me with 1 daily remaining. So I had 26, so if I have the pudding, it'll be 29. And so we can go down here, we can see, so it shows 0 servings for veggies, but that's what I was talking about earlier. It's just because I tracked them. So I didn't use the plus sign to add any. I tracked them all, so it automatically put them in there for me. So I have 6 points added, 5 are from the vegetables, and then 1 from my water. I ended up with 10 cups of water today. So my breakfast ended up being 6 points, my lunch was 5, my dinner was 4, and then my snacks were 11. So I had my afternoon snacks with the hummus and pretzels, and then the Cabot cheese tonight, and possibly a pudding tonight. So my steps, I'm a little bit over 11,000 right now. I should end up getting probably about 12,000 steps by the time I go to bed, just in regular walking around. I'm not going to be getting that much more. My husband is actually out lighting a fire right now, so we're going to sit around the fire tonight. So it's just going to be a relaxing night. So I ended up with 7 weeklies added for my activity. I don't necessarily eat those. I just save them up, and if I need to use them all in one day, that's usually what I use those for. So I do want to show you a couple quick things in here. I did have a couple people ask about how to find the 0 point food list and something else I can't remember. But first, let me go to the Fitbit app. That way, if you are here and you are only counting calories and you don't do WW, then you don't have to stay for that last little bit that I want to show you. So my calories were 1423. I was wrong about the breakfast. I think I told you the breakfast was 350. It was actually 390. My math just was off. I think it was just because of the zucchini. I think I was like estimating how much the zucchini and squash were. So it was 390 for my breakfast, 272 for my lunch, 170 for my afternoon snack, 481 for my dinner, and 110 for my cheese. If I end up having the pudding, that will be 70 calories. So that if I have the pudding, it will put me right about 1,500 calories, which is pretty much what I like to have, is right around, I don't know, I go anywhere from like, I would say 1,300 to 1,800 calories in a day if I'm tracking my calories. So my calories out is 2,429. Okay, so I want to show you a couple things. So some people have asked about how to find different things. So if you go up here to what I learned is called a hamburger, oh darn, I can't remember now what it's called. Yoli, what did you say it was? A hamburger menu? I don't know. It's supposed to be like a hamburger something, because it looks supposed to look like a bun and a burger. So that's what that is called. I just learned that. Thank you, Yoli, for letting me know that. So in here is where we can get to our 0 point foods. So we just go to your 0 point foods, and then you have your whole list there. You just scroll through. Now, the only thing is there is no way, I have not found a way to print this. I went to the web and you can't even get this on the web. So the only way that I can think to print this is if I were to go through each one and like screenshot this and just keep, you know, doing a screenshot of it and then send it to myself and put it like all in a Word document. That's the only way that I can think to print it out. Another question I've gotten is, how do you retake the assessment? So if you just click on your profile picture thing, sorry about my bird in the background. He's wanting me to shut his light off so he could go to bed. So just click on the little settings button here and go to food settings. And then 0 point food settings. And then that's going to say, want to try something new? No problem. You can change your point list and then just hit next. And then it's going to ask you why you're changing it. And then just put whatever your reason, and it'll let you take the assessment again. I think that was all there was. I think it was just the 2 questions about how to take the assessment again and about how to find the 0 point foods. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions that you want me to answer in a future video. Also, let me know in the comments if you like these what I eat in a days. Maybe I can just simply put together very quick what I eat in a day, not with a chat video combined. This was just a little bit different since we just started the program. So make sure to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll talk to you in my next video. I'm Kristi, and I'm Planning Us Healthy.